I always knew Donald Trump's second term in office, he was going to come in with a sort of a vendetta to everyone or against everyone. But I didn't actually think it would be this accurate because ever since he went back to office, he came up with so many executive orders. Some of them don't really make sense to me personally. But there was one in particular that he signed recently on Friday last week, January the 7th, which caught my attention. And this was an executive order saying he's going to stop all funds and aids that go to South Africa. Now, from the name, you should really know where South Africa is if you didn't know, but that's not the point. So his executive order came after he claimed that South Africa and the leadership and the government of President Cyril Ramaphosa was doing really bad things to the citizens of South Africa and treating some of the citizens really bad. So that was the whole reason he put out that executive order. Aside from every other orders that he has signed, this one in particular to me was ridiculous. Now, I say this one in particular was ridiculous, but there's been so many other ridiculous orders he has signed, like renaming the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. Insane, right? And we could go into all history why this is insane. And yeah, it would still be insane. He also was thinking about, purchasing Greenland. And Greenland told him, you can go to hell, respectfully. The same thing with Gaza. He wants to make Gaza the Riviera of the Middle East. And mixed reactions, of course. Some Israelis were like, yeah, that's a good plan. And when I say some Israelis, I mean Prime Minister Netanyahu. But most of the people from Gaza were really furious, at least from the reactions. But then he messed with the wrong people. South Africans, from what I've seen over the years, they don't care who you think you are. Now, it gets worse because his executive order to South Africa is backed with Elon Musk. And from the reaction, I don't think Elon Musk is loved that much in South Africa as much as he would love to portray it. I saw some reactions online on X, the platform he owns. Some people saying South Africa should revoke his citizenship. I don't think it's that easy though, because he was born in South Africa, so technically you can't revoke it. I don't know. So many rules. But that's not the point. He also did sign an executive order that was shutting down the USAID, which was, funding a lot of things in South Africa and then another country in Africa, Uganda. This also was, met with so many mixed reactions. Some people are saying it's about time that African leaders learn not to get comfortable, and some were like, this is sad because the US aid was funding a lot of projects, especially in Uganda, with the LGBTQ community, where it's illegal, it's a crime, a death penalty crime to, be part of the LGBTQ community, But that's aside from the point. So I was seeing so many reactions online about that order towards South Africa, and a lot of South Africans are actually furious that Trump would think he has the right to, look into their government. Elon Musk called out an EFF political party leader, the member of parliament, Julius Malema, saying he should be labeled an international criminal and, arrested or something like similar to that. And people were actually furious because Julius Malema is loved across the country of South Africa. So it was interesting to see. And then Elon Musk was, trying to defend himself and trying to give the reasons why he thinks Julius Malema should be labeled as a criminal and not the hero that they're trying to portray him to be. But it didn't work out. Of course, there are some of those who think that the executive order from Trump is justifiable, So, yeah. But I think what caught my attention the most was Trump actually thinking that the South African government right now is mistreating its citizens. Now, all this came on as a result of the new land reforms, whereby the government could take back lands from their owners and not compensate them. So Trump said no. But he says no because here's something interesting about this. The lands that mostly are looking to be returned back to the government or just removing anyone who owns them from them are lands owned by white South Africans. Mostly white South Africans. And that is what Trump was referring to when he said the leadership and the government is treating some people badly and they're really doing really, really bad things. And he said they're investigating into it, but what is funny is he already signed an executive order to pause all aid, but yet he still says they're investigating what are we going to call them, the accusations? Yeah. So it is a funny situation because it looks like Donald Trump has a vendetta against almost everyone. It's Donald Trump, Elon Musk against the rest of the world. I don't even think he has any friends left. I don't know who his friends are because he's going almost after everyone, which is really funny to see. I personally thought this was going to happen. I don't like to follow politics. I don't like politics. But every once in a while, I'm always out there checking what's happening around the world because politics is into almost everything that we do. Our schools, our money, our healthcare systems, everything. So it would be really dumb for someone to just sit back and choose to ignore whatever is happening in politics. But yeah, that's just what's happening with Trump's. I don't even think he's been into office for a month now. But that's what's happening with him. He is just going after everything and everyone, changing everything, And all these executive orders come as a result of the new, I don't know if we're going to call it government agency, DOGE, which is Department of Government Efficiency, that he and Elon Musk created to oversee the government of the United States and, cut on the fundings, which is actually funny because I'm pretty sure investigating into another country costs a lot than actually sending aid to another country. I don't know if my math is mathing, but yeah. So Donald Trump, this is going to be a very fun run to see. Amazing 4 years going to be ahead of us. Either they're going to be really worse or they're going to be really fun and dramatic. But we'll see when we get there.